You are about to enter Gigi's world.
Before we get started, let me pause for just a moment to say that if you're not looking to improve your credit, then this is not the video for you. Hello and welcome back to the channel. For today's video, I want to give you some information about getting your credit right. If we're going to be out here buying land, we're going to have some credit until we can start to use other people's money. Now, your credit score is made up of 5 areas. Those are timely payments, your percentage of credit utilization, hard inquiries on your credit report, your payment history, and your trade lines. I'll give you a list of 9 or 10 things that are going to really help you when you want to take your credit from, like I did, from a 590 all the way to right at a 750 now. So let's go right ahead and jump into this list so that you can get started today. Tip number 1 is that you can get a secured credit card. And what that means is you'll call your bank. If you are doing business with a bank or a credit union, you can give them a call and ask them if they offer secured credit cards. And then you're going to ask, how much do I have to put up front in order to get the secured credit card? So check with your bank or credit union and see if they offer secured cards to their members. You know somebody who has good credit, somebody who has, over 700, over 800, then you can ask them to make you an authorized user on one of their credit cards or one of their accounts. And that way, their good habits will actually benefit you and help to increase your credit score that way. So that's number 2. Number 3, and one of my favorite things to do, is to ask for credit increases. Now, I don't do this on a regular basis, but a couple of times a year, because I'm doing my part as a good steward, I'm going to ask them to give me an increase. I just recently did that with one of my cards and was approved right away. The amount went onto my card immediately, and that was able to decrease my credit utilization on the spot. Tip number 4 is, if you are already utilizing credit, but your balances are very high, you want to bring those balances down below 30%, and you're going to see a jump in your credit score. Another trick that I use especially when I need a boost, if I have something in mind and I just need an extra boost, is I make 2 payments in 1 month before the due date. That's the caveat. If you make those 2 payments in 1 month before the due date, then they're going to look at you like, okay, this person is not struggling. This person is not having any finance issues. They're going to be able to pay us back. And just like we talked about asking for increases earlier, some of those companies will automatically give you increases on your cards if they see that you are utilizing credit well, which is my next tip, is that you're not going to wait until the due date to make your payment. You're going to make your payments at least 10 days prior. If you're headed on the road to 800, make those payments 15 days prior to your due date that is shown on your statement. What I'm doing right now is all of my payments are made on the 1st of the month. Even the ones that are due on the 30th or the 31st, they are all made on the 1st of the month. So that way, my credit score is looking like, wow, she's making a payment almost a month ahead. And so we can give her extra credit because she's utilizing it well. She's making her payments well before the due date, and we don't have to worry about whether she's going to be struggling close to the due date in order to get this payment back in. Number 7 is, if you've been doing a good job, you've been a good steward over making sure that your cards are getting paid, your bills are getting paid on time, that you're not having anything being reported late to your credit bureau, then what I do is I go ahead and apply for new credit. Now, you don't want to always apply for new credit, but if you're in a position where you can afford to have a little bit more credit, and it's one of my tips for quickly bringing my credit score up is that I'll apply for new credit. If I get an extra $10,000 on a credit card, then that's going to give me a larger amount of available credit, which will in turn bring my credit utilization way down and bring my credit score way up. Be sure that when you're going to go and apply for a new credit, that you are researching the bank that you're going to apply for a credit card with and find out what credit bureau they're reporting to. Also, what the minimum credit score that they want in order to give you a line of credit or a credit card with their bank. Make sure that you know what the minimum credit score is, and you can even call them and ask, what is the minimum credit score that you will accept in order for me to get approved for a credit card with your company? And I've done this before, and they will give you the information. They are more than glad to give you the information. And this is important because you don't want hard inquiries that you're getting denied credit for. So you want to do as much due diligence as possible beforehand to be sure that your chances of getting approved for one of their cards, even if it's just a small amount, your chances are great. And number 10, I'll let this be my last one for this video, is that you never want to make the minimum payment due. That is one of the things that I have taught my children, is that you're paying on anything, I don't care if it's an extra $5 or $10. If you can afford $25, you can afford $30. But make sure to never make the minimum payment, because that also looks good to the credit bureaus, and it looks like you're easily making these payments back if you're paying extra. I would love it if you could let me know in the comment section if this is something that you've done for yourself as well. If there are any extra tips that you would like to give to the viewers of this video, then feel free to do that in the comment section. And thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video.
What you up to? I'm serious. What you thought?
Oh, kiss! Kiss! Mwah! 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 Yay!
She's like, what's going on? What's wrong with y'all? What's so slow or so? I can do this anytime. I can do this anytime.